Thank you, oh brother. Thank you for the words of wisdom, the words that must be said first.
Je vous souhaite donc une très agréable conférence de liaison de tous et à nous faire progresser dans un contexte où la pandémie peut continuer et dans un contexte où on ne néglige pas tout ce qui peut être tiré.
Nos manières de travailler ensemble, de réfléchir ensemble et de discuter ensemble, et c'est précisément l'objectif.
Health is our most precious possession. It is the common good par excellence.
And all of the work of our global working groups, many of whom will be presenting.
Ample opportunities for all delegates to participate in shaping the outcome of the statement, which has been named the Jokjage Statement.
Addressing the root causes of disease that lie outside the health sector, in particular, the existential threat of climate change.
Here are the 5 action areas for the 21st century health promotion responses.
Jokjage.
Things like water continue to be a dream for First Nations children. Things like just having self-government and that type of thing affirmed continue to be a dream for First Nations children. So we need to press for these policy change and not allow the public to think, oh, well, it's all fixed.
The other thing is have an infectious message. Mosquitoes infect, that's how we do it. And when you're a small, teeny tiny group or one person, you need other allies. So make sure that you're framing your message properly. Look at George Lakoff's book, Don't Think of an Elephant, which was a real mind shifter for me.
And now our challenge is to see how we make them happen. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Jokjage.
It's an active life process. The draft that's been happening now is the starting point. This is our first live session to get feedback.
Jokjage.
We could crochet into the statement in beautiful ways, moral courage, which just encapsulates so much of the part of the work that she does and that many of us do.
Post-Seconde Guerre mondiale, ça a été basé un peu sur la science au masculin et a exclu les femmes, les pratiques de sage-femme, les minorités.
Case operating in local government, public health doesn't always match the slower processes that exist within that.
And questioning our own positionality, questioning research methods, all of these things I think are part of what decolonizing health promotion looks like.
And those values, I think, ought to be instilled with people.
And as an Aboriginal person, and I urge all other Aboriginal researchers to return or to bring their active culture and their active ontology into their research.
The key determinants of any intervention is what really people want. And we need to move forward people. I think in a healthy city, health promoting school, health promoting university, we are working with people. We are living with the people.
We need to rebuild and reinforce trust between community organizations and public health. We need to change our ways of doing things or working together.
And we chose a wheel because we did not want to privilege one particular domain over the other.
What we need to do is the strengthening of know-how. So we need to have a more shared understanding and also more capabilities to implement the economy of well-being.
What works in different places will be different depending on your population, your geography, your history, all of those sorts of things, the assets that you have.
Kagut tilio galoak, inuhemaktok, inuhemaktok, ania gutik, alikniga kagutimik, naunekak tilo, which means cancer survivor.
Could you share examples of the less traditional knowledge mobilization strategies
that you have been used.
And also using more visual methods. So we're working with a company to help produce some infographic type representations of some of our findings.
Professor Sykes and Professor Wills, a question for you is, I would assume that being allowed to be political in public health would still have to come with limitations in opinion so as to maintain or grow trust with the different communities.
The underlying message of Mia's poem and of my talk, which is the need for us to truly break free from not only the old ways of traditional public health messaging, but the recent and quote-unquote modern ways of public health messaging. Our social structures themselves often preclude the time and space to have productive interactions, true interactions. There is no public square. Maybe people will say Twitter is the public square.
Dead and counting. And the U.S. still spit back America first that it is asked for help before remembering its status as a self-appointed global superpower. Patents and vaccine laws have already stepped back after this moment that up to 5 years. Racism shadows always been the sidewalks tracing the front line.
The digital tools and AI use biased data, so the solutions don't meet their needs. This means that there's not just the original bias in terms of because they're not well represented, but they're also not well represented in data, which further reinforces the bias in terms of the solution.
This meant was that people with disability were further challenged with daily activities such as going grocery shopping, but also more important health promoting and protective activities such as.
Thank you. I think that's very good advice.
Is for the academy, researcher, professors, and students to look at the indigenous and community way of doing things and adjusting their thinking and their way.
Increased investment in affordable housing in the North, in Canada, closer to meeting its commitment regarding indigenous rights to adequate housing.
And of the landscape as belonging and being inextricably connected. Our positionality in relation to our landscapes is an essential approach in all of our interactions with others, and it's an indispensable feature of the health promotion practice.
During the data studies back in December 2020, it said that making peace with nature is the defining task of the 21st century. This was the top priority for everyone everywhere. That means it's now the top priority for health promotion of the young people.
Words that you normally don't use to try to explain what this work is all about. So if you see the musical instruments, given some of the things that we've heard, we're talking about orchestra.
There's not a lot of resources, so sometimes with these limited resources, there are fights over who gets to take the voice, who gets to be represented, because there is limited availability of resources and visibility. So these tensions can sometimes run high within
just thinking of the planet as only an entity that provides resources to human beings.
Pour pouvoir parler de santé mentale, ce qu'on a fait ici, c'est démystifier les problématiques de santé mentale.
Technology is not neutral. That's my message. When technology is deployed, it has differentiated impacts depending on your social position and your economic and social status.
En effet, il ne s'agira pas ici de surresponsabiliser les travailleurs du sexe, mais bien de les outiller afin qu'elles puissent faire des choix éclairés, penser des stratégies partant de leurs pratiques et de leur réalité et faire valoir leurs droits.
The DNI being the DNI, so the conclusion is 4chan.
In the colonies,
The structural injustices of foreign domination produced a cultural system of beliefs and images that inflicts ontological wounds on colonized humanity wherever they are in the white world.
Our job is to develop these ideas, to argue for a rewriting the script on health. And in a moment of crisis, this presents a real opportunity. And I think we need to offer a mature, nuanced response and not suggest that there are simple scientific answers.
I am thinking of COVID as a moment of crisis that can yield opportunity.
Over a matter of a few decades, the Canadian institution put in place many things to ensure that Inuit ways of living was removed from its core and its sense of identity was shook.
Bodies of governments are meant to care for people, not help kill them. And they're killing them. They're killing us. We're having the wrong conversation right now. Bodies of governments are meant to care for people, not help kill them.
I think those inequalities are built around how citizenship has actually been constructed. Who is a citizen? And that itself is a function of humanity.
And in the podcast themselves, we've been surprised to cover a lot of themes that are not existing in the scientific literature, particularly the relationship between sex and gender identity.
People who've been involved with Alzheimer's really feel like this is their resource that they've developed.
Please keep learning. Do your best. Keep asking questions. And then ask them more. If I dare ask you for anything more, it is to continue educating yourself.
It's us.